Hey friends, welcome back to the garden. It is time for a weekly update for week 15. Let me just walk around and see what's going on today in the garden. So it has been pouring down rain all morning, all day, and it has finally stopped. Although it's going to start back up, but I'm going to get an update real quick while I can and just show you guys what's going on in the garden. I mean, it's booming. So, let me flip you out around. So here's that 48-inch bed. Lots of zinnias and marigolds growing in. And here in the middle is supposed to be corn. So, I'm not sure if it's corn or not. That's where corn was planted. We will see. I'm just going to leave it for now. Around this side is bell peppers and jalapeno peppers. So I'm pretty sure that's a weed there. And that's a weed. But anyway, this bed is coming along. I've never grown corn before, so I don't really know what it looks like. And this one is off over here, and that's not where corn was. But that doesn't mean it floated over there. So let me take you around here, my little pride and joy on my watermelons. This watermelon is finally starting to grow, and this was the Moon and Stars with survival seeds watermelon. And I do have a tiny little watermelon. Let me see if I can find it again. Oh, there it is. Oh, look at that little watermelon. Look at that little tiny watermelon. It's the only one I saw when I glanced in here. I'm sure there's probably some more like that, but cantaloupe. I do have a cantaloupe. Check out that cantaloupe down there. It is so precious. It's the only one that I have seen. There's lots of flowering. So, anyway, got a cantaloupe. That's probably going to be my thumbnail. A cantaloupe. Zinnias are looking really pretty. All different colors. The zucchini squash. I still got some zucchini squash down there. If I can keep the squash bugs off of it. Yellow squash is crazy full down there. Everything in the garden is looking really good. Check out these onions. So I've been harvesting onions. That's why this bed is looking a little bare. I'm gonna come out here and harvest a lot of onions. Maybe tomorrow if the rain holds off. Oh, there's another watermelon. Woohoo! You see it on the back side. That's the Moon and Stars. I'm looking forward to those. I've never had a Moon and Stars watermelon. There's not a lot of budding on my tomato plants. I'm a little concerned about it. My lettuce, I've got to get this lettuce pulled up out of here and get that fed to the rabbits. So, as you can see, there's just not a lot of tomato buds. Onions are getting ready to get harvested over here too. I see a tomato right there. It's a little Roma. That bed's all Romas. There's a cluster of tomatoes right down there on those Romas. Go over here in the big garden. I can't believe it's already week 15. I pulled a massive pickling cucumber yesterday. I just came out for a quick minute just to check on things, and a huge cucumber, a pickling cucumber actually, that was probably about 6 inches long. And I don't know how I missed it, but it was hidden down here on the bottom. Now I see one right there. I'm gonna leave some of these to get a little bigger. I've already harvested a cucumber from over here. They're probably hidden in there. Tomatoes. Not a lot of budding on my tomatoes. It's a little concerning. Here's some tomatoes. Those are aroma. Looks like we may just get a bunch of aromas. I do have a lot of Jimmy Nordello peppers. I picked a bunch of them yesterday, but then I found out you're supposed to let them turn red. I've got bell peppers back here. So this is the first of the bell peppers. So this bed is full of bell peppers and Jimmy Nordellos. So there's a bunch of Jimmy Nordellos. Carrots, I've got to harvest these carrots. I've got to thin these things out big time. Over here, more bell peppers. Oh, all the rains. Well, this one must be heavy from... Let me see if I can't get it pinned up a little bit. I need to come out here and, when it's not raining, and do some damage control. I've got more potatoes that need to be harvested. You see I've got a gold potato sticking up there, red sticking up there. These 3 beds are going to get harvested next. I've already harvested a bunch of potatoes and already got those pressure canned. Check out this weird container growing with Gail at Gail Southern Living. My sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes there and there. Here's some coming up right here and these back here. I did not get the cilantro harvested. I did harvest some, but I didn't get enough of it harvested, and this is already bolted. Everything is just growing so fast, faster than I can get out here. I do think there's some jalapenos on here. So there's a jalapeno right there. I've got these purple cayennes over here. There's a purple cayenne coming in. Here is, this is a shishito hot pepper with survival seeds. I've got several of those back there. This pepper plant's gotten heavy too. All the rains and winds knocking everything down. My celery is looking good. I don't think it's time to harvest celery yet, but I am going to thin out these carrots as well. I also want to talk about my boots. You guys, check out these boots. Aren't those cool? They are from a company called HISEA. And they are so comfortable. They are so easy to just slip your foot in them, go out to the garden. You'll probably be seeing me wear these in every video going forward. I love them. They're so comfortable. And you just, like, you can kick them off at the front door and then just slide them back on when you're ready to go out to the garden. They're vinyl, so they're waterproof. And if you guys are interested in any HISEA boots, they have tall boots. They have these short boots. Again, check these out. Love them. Anyway, HISEA reached out to me and wanted to send me a pair of their boots. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been wanting a pair of those boots. I see a lot of gardeners wearing these boots, and I wanted a pair. They sent me a pair to do a review on, and you guys, they are fabulous. And if you're interested in a pair of these, check out the link in the description of this video. You can get them for 15% off. So, I want to thank HISEA for sponsoring today's video of the week 15 garden update. Got beautiful zinnias. Man, isn't that just gorgeous? I wish I had a freeze dryer, because I would freeze dry these flowers and they'll look just like that, freeze dried. Tomatoes over here. I've got a bunch of tomatoes on this one. That may be a better boy with those tomatoes coming in. Those are Romas. That one back there's got tomatoes coming in. See, these tomato vines are just so heavy. I've got to get out here and get them pinned up. Again, I pinned them up last week. Let's see, I've got some tomatoes coming in right there. Oh, a lot of tomatoes over here. Let's see, there's a cluster of tomatoes there, a cluster of tomatoes down here. See, all these potatoes, some of these potatoes are probably ready to be harvested. So I will go through these and see what needs to be harvested. Let's move over here to this side without stepping on the pickling cucumbers. These are my sweet potatoes here. These were probably the last potatoes I planted. These were reds in these milk crates down here. And then my beets are ready to be harvested. So I'm going to be harvesting carrots, beets, and onions this week. Check out those onions. Can you see how big those are? They're bigger than a softball. And look at this. Look how big that is. Man, well, that's going to make some good green onions. Because I will harvest all the onions I've been harvesting. I'm chopping up the onions. Some of them are going in the dehydrator. Some of them are going in chopped up and going in the freezer. And these carrots. But and then I'm chopping up the green onion part too and dehydrating those. I wish I had a freeze dryer. I think that'd be so much better from a freeze dryer. Let's go up by the front porch and just check out what all we have going on up there. Got my apron right here. I was thinking about leaving that out here. I don't know if the winds might blow it over. It might, but it won't go far. So excited about that cantaloupe. Last year, the birds and squirrels ate my cantaloupe as soon as it come on. So I put some Monterey BT on the cabbage and cover that with a netting out there, and it's doing good. I do have a head of cabbage that is ready to harvest, so I'll be harvesting that too. Up here I've got yellow bell peppers and more cabbage. So when I get that bed out there in the garden, when I get that harvested, I'm probably going to move these out there. Over here I've got some lamb's ear that I seeded. Some more tomatoes. Very little budding on these. And then here's broccoli that the inchworms have found. And I put some diatomaceous earth on them. But the inchworms have found them up here. And still chowing down. So I need to... See, there's an inchworm right there. There's a big one. He's been chomping down and scarfing down. So, yep, there's another one. I'm just not... Oh, look at that one. And there's another one. So they're just chowing down on those broccoli. But I got those free. And I didn't want them just to let them go to waste. So I went ahead and planted them. And then my herbs and flowers up here. They're going nuts. The marshmallow is going crazy. Crazy. Marshmallow over here too. And somebody had asked me about my amaranth. Now I started this amaranth as a microgreen and transplanted it out here when it was very small, and it is so beautiful. Check out the coloring in that. So pretty. And then I've got my green stalks over here that have jalapenos in them. These are planted out all with jalapenos, and I've got some herbs and flowers sporadically in here. Got a little bell pepper right there. And then over here is a little bit of herbs and flowers, and then the rest of it is seeded with, see, there's something coming up right there. Finally, something coming up right there. Something coming up right there. I think I did red bell peppers and jalapenos in this one too. So this one pretty much got all seeds. There's something coming up right there. I don't have it marked. Oh yeah, I do. Oh my goodness. It's a nasturtium. Finally. Finally. And my lemon balm is coming up, but I have not been able to grow nasturtiums for nothing. Nothing. I may have, I did nasturtiums in this whole top row, I bet. And only one. Oh, wait a minute. There's another one. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited about the nasturtiums, guys, because I have been trying to grow those. I was trying to grow them in hydroponic. They would not grow in the hydroponic. So then I direct seeded them. They would not come up, but they're coming up in the green stalk. And we'll see you guys on week 16.